Mark Henry moderated a little deal between Britt Baker and Red Velvet, and this brings us to our main event.
I like that, by the way. I like the face-to-face with Mark Henry, not narrating it, but hosting it. I thought that was all right.
Yes, moderating, hosting. But I agree that Britt Baker, because she's so over in her hometown of Pittsburgh, should have been in the main event spot. Normally, I would say a women's match main event, unless it's Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, But in this case, should have been and was in the main event spot. Why Red Velvet? Why a baby face that's been portrayed as a baby face through and through every time we've ever seen her? Suddenly, she's jumping people from behind. Suddenly, she's a bitch. And Britt Baker, who's been a heel for the past, year and a half or more after they botched her as a babyface first time around. Finally, she gets over. But instead of putting her against a heel in her hometown, they put her against Red Velvet and just make Red Velvet turn heel for the situation. So Britt Baker's a pretty good worker. Red Velvet is green, and she's also a 105-pound babyface trying to heel against a heel who's a Raven babyface. So And then they gave him fucking better than 15 minutes. I felt bad for Britt Baker in her hometown having to go this long with a girl this green. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a TV main event on a national television show. They could have done the same thing better in 7 minutes. And then the referee kicked Reba out of ringside, which the people fucking hated because they love Reba and Britt Baker. And that Red Velvet had taken off Britt Baker's glove that she does the lockjaw with, whatever. But anyway, the finishing sequence. Red Velvet hits a moonsault. She actually hit it this time. 2 count. But then Britt Baker comes out and hits a brainbuster on the knee, which looked good, got a 2 count. Then she curb stomped Red Velvet and got a 2 count. And then suddenly Red Velvet is back alive and gets Britt Baker's own lockjaw hold on her after she's been brainbustered on the knee and curb stomped. But Britt Baker gets out of that and then just turns around and locks it on Red Velvet, and the babyface, who's now the heel, taps out to the heel, who's now the babyface. But then Britt Baker, the world's most popular heel, attacks Red Velvet, the world's most hated babyface, after the match, to get heat in her hometown, I guess. So Chris Flatlander, the babyface, with the best friends or whatever they are, she jumps in and nails Britt Baker. And then a girl in black with a hat on hits the ring, whips the hat off like it's some big reveal, and beats up Chris Flatlander. And nobody, including me, had a fucking clue who she was in the best, so she didn't need to be disguised. She comes in a disguise and whips off the disguise, and everybody's like, ooh. And apparently it's a girl named Jamie Hayter. But why did they disguise someone who could jump in the ring? And it wasn't like that it wasn't like they popped the hood and it was the fabulous Moolah. Oh my God. Nobody knew who this fucking girl was. And after hearing her name, I still don't. But it was like it was some major angle that was going on. And everybody's looking at each other like, There you go. Modern wrestling.